Imagine booking a satellite launch as easily as booking an Uber. No billion-dollar government contracts. No waiting years for a launch. Just open a platform, choose your rocket, schedule a launch, and send your satellite into space. Sounds impossible? Well, that's exactly the future companies like Skyroot Aerospace are trying to build. And surprisingly, this future may not belong entirely to SpaceX. For decades, space belonged to governments. NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, ISRO. Launching a satellite required billions of dollars and years of planning. Then came a company that changed everything. SpaceX. Instead of asking how do we build better rockets, Elon Musk asked a completely different question. Why throw away a rocket after using it just once? That simple question transformed the economics of space forever. Let's talk about what SpaceX actually built, and why it matters so much to this story. SpaceX started with the Falcon 1, a small rocket that proved private companies could reach orbit. Then came Falcon 9, the workhorse that changed the industry. And Falcon Heavy, one of the most powerful operational rockets in the world. But the real game changer was reuse. For the first time in history, SpaceX landed a rocket booster back on Earth and flew it again. Every successful landing reduced launch costs dramatically. Today, a single Falcon 9 booster has flown more than 15 times. SpaceX didn't stop there. Dragon became the first private spacecraft to carry astronauts to the International Space Station. Starlink is building a global internet constellation with thousands of satellites already in orbit. And Starship, the biggest rocket ever built, is SpaceX's bet on making humanity a multiplanetary species. Today, SpaceX launches more rockets than almost every country on Earth combined. But SpaceX has another goal entirely. Mars. Elon Musk wants to make humanity a multiplanetary civilization. That vision drives everything SpaceX does. And it's exactly why a different kind of opportunity is opening up for companies like Skyroot. Space is no longer just about astronauts and flags. It's becoming an economy. And a massive one. Think about everything that now depends on satellites. Earth observation monitors our forests, oceans, and cities in real time. GPS guides billions of people every single day. Weather forecasting satellites save lives during storms and disasters. But that's just the beginning. Satellites now monitor crop health across entire continents, helping farmers make smarter decisions. Billions of IoT devices need satellite connectivity where fiber cables can never reach. And the autonomous vehicles of tomorrow will depend on precise orbital positioning systems. Thousands of satellites are expected to be launched over the next decade. This isn't just a technology story. It's an economic revolution happening above our heads right now. And every single one of those satellites needs a rocket to get there. Now let's talk about India. Because India has always been known for something remarkable in space, doing more with less. India's Mars orbiter mission reached Mars for less than the budget of a Hollywood movie. Chandrayaan missions explored the moon and discovered water ice near the lunar South Pole. The PSLV has launched hundreds of foreign satellites at competitive prices. And Gaganyaan is preparing to put Indian astronauts into space. India's cost advantage in space isn't luck. It comes from a culture of frugal engineering, highly skilled talent, and a space program that has perfected doing more with less. And one company wants to take that exact advantage into the commercial rocket market. Skyroot Aerospace. Let me tell you about this company, because it represents something genuinely exciting. Skyroot was founded by Pawan Kumar Chandana and Naga Bharath Dhaka, both former ISRO scientists. They left the country's most prestigious space organization to build something that India had never seen before, a fully private commercial rocket company. Their mission was simple: make space launches affordable, responsive, and accessible to anyone. Skyroot's rocket family is called Vikram, named after Vikram Sarabhai, the father of India's space program. Vikram S was their suborbital test rocket and became the first private Indian rocket to reach space in 2022. Vikram 1 targets small satellite orbital launches. And Vikram 2 expands the payload capacity for larger missions. What makes Skyroot truly different is how they build their rockets. Their engines are 3D printed, which dramatically reduces manufacturing time and cost. The rocket body uses carbon composite structures, lightweight, strong, and cheaper to produce. Combined, these technologies enable rapid manufacturing cycles that traditional rocket builders simply cannot match. Skyroot doesn't target the same market as SpaceX. Their focus is small satellites, nanosatellites, microsatellites, CubeSats, the kind that universities, startups, and emerging space companies need to get into orbit quickly and affordably. And that market is exploding. Reason 1: the small satellite market is exploding. Universities are building research satellites. Startups are deploying Earth imaging constellations. Climate monitoring organizations need affordable access to orbit. IoT companies are connecting remote devices via space. These customers don't need Starship. They need quick, affordable launches, exactly what Skyroot offers. Reason 2: on-demand launches. Imagine booking your satellite's launch online. Choose your orbit. Enter your payload mass. Pick your launch date. Confirm and launch. Exactly like Uber matches riders with drivers, Skyroot's vision is to match satellite operators with rocket launches on demand. No years of waiting. No billion-dollar negotiations. Reason 3: India's structural cost advantage. India offers world-class engineering talent, advanced manufacturing capability, and competitive operational costs. These aren't just minor savings. They could make the difference between a launch that costs tens of millions and one that costs a fraction of that. That's the economic engine behind Skyroot's strategy. When SpaceX flies a rideshare mission, your satellite shares the rocket with dozens of others, which means you launch on their schedule, not yours. Skyroot's dedicated small launch model means you get the whole rocket on your timeline for your orbit. Reason 4: dedicated launches. SpaceX primarily operates rideshare missions for the small satellite market. Skyroot's model is different. Every launch is tailored to the individual customer's orbit, payload, and timeline. That flexibility is enormously valuable for startups and research organizations that can't afford to compromise on their mission parameters. Reason 5: the global demand is enormous and still growing. Thousands of satellites from universities, governments, and private companies around the world are waiting for affordable launch slots. Multiple industry analyses project the small satellite launch market to grow dramatically through 2030 and beyond. Skyroot is positioning itself to be at the center of that demand. Let's now put these two companies side by side. Not to declare a winner, but to understand how they each fit into the future of space. SpaceX operates heavy-lift rockets designed to carry large payloads and eventually people to Mars. Skyroot builds small launch vehicles optimized for the fast-growing small satellite segment. SpaceX thinks about global scale and interplanetary ambitions. Skyroot thinks about agility, speed, and affordability. SpaceX revolutionized economics through rocket reuse, fly a booster 15 times. Skyroot's innovation is speed of manufacturing, build new rockets faster and cheaper. SpaceX has Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built. Skyroot has Vikram, lean and purpose-built for small payloads. SpaceX has billions in funding. Skyroot competes with lean, efficient innovation. Here's the key insight. Skyroot doesn't need to beat SpaceX. It only needs to dominate a different market. SpaceX is building the highway to Mars. Skyroot is building the local delivery network for the satellite economy. These aren't competing visions, they are complementary ones. And that's exactly what makes Skyroot's opportunity so compelling. Now let's look forward. Because the future of space is more extraordinary than most people realize. Imagine booking satellite launches online, as easily as ordering a product on a shopping app. AI systems optimizing orbital traffic to prevent collisions between thousands of satellites. Reusable mini-rockets that can be refurbished and relaunched within days. Autonomous launch scheduling systems that need no human intervention. Spaceports operating like airports, dozens of launches per week, globally coordinated. And India becoming a global hub for launching small satellites, the way Silicon Valley became a hub for software. 20 years ago, people laughed at the idea of reusable rockets. Today, they're normal. Today, people think launching satellites on demand sounds impossible. Perhaps, in another 20 years, it will be as ordinary as booking an Uber. The next revolution in space may not come from building bigger rockets. It may come from making access to space effortless. And that revolution may very well begin in India. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves space and technology. What do you think? Can Skyroot become the Uber of space, or will SpaceX continue to dominate? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one.